Tuesdays are important because at 11 Central, we have our weekly coaching session for Edge Elite members, and that's in about 20 minutes. So we got to get rolling with this. This morning, it had bullish news, in my opinion. Not bullish news. In my opinion, fundamentally, it had some bearishness overnight. Not in price, but in what was out in the overnight stuff that we read. And yet the market was up. So I kind of have a bullish flavor coming in a little bit. And it didn't get me in trouble because I started to change my mind as things started to deteriorate. Because like yesterday's video, you could be wrong. You're just not wrong for long. But take a look at this. About 5 minutes after the open, we start to create a consolidation box. And if I do want to play this thing to the upside, I want to see a box form and I want to see it get through some selling. All right. And you don't necessarily see it. Now look in the upper right. You see it leave the box right here. You see a potential move to the upside to get a head start, 2 or 3 points. It's nothing super, but it is something that started to work, started to give you a head start. Not a particularly easy first half hour in today's session. Now, how do you catch his first pop and get yourself a head start? Well, if you're just looking at candlesticks or bars, you don't see as much. And so let's take this chart down and let's open up the footprint and kind of take a microscope inside the candlesticks. And all these numbers come out. A lot of videos I do tell you what these numbers mean, where they come from, how you become part of them, and things like that. Now, there's a little too much noise on this particular chart, but anytime people look at a footprint, they get kind of confused. You won't if you know that these are just up and down candlesticks. They just got numbers in them, all right, or bars, and they rotate. So when you get a rotational market or periodicity, that's what you should have, because that's how price moves. Price doesn't move like this, like this, like this, like this. This price doesn't move like that, all right? Price rotates. That's how price moves. And unless you're looking at a periodicity that allows you to follow that rotation, you're going to have a tougher time following that rotation. So here's what that consolidation box above and below 94 look like. You could see it starting to form in here where they're banging back and forth, rotating back and forth, correct? So let's go a couple more beats before you see the breakout, because after you see the breakout, most of the opportunity is gone, right? So before you see the breakout, I was positioning myself to say, I don't mind being long above these red edge zone sellers. This is selling that's coming in. All right. If we get above that selling, then we're going to go to the next. We're going to go to the next rack. You know, just think of you guys been to summer food festivals and there's a tent and there's a long line for ice cream. And then all of a sudden people start going to another tent, because let's say that tent went up and is selling the same ice cream for half price. What do you think the line's going to do? It's going to diminish and move. So when you get above selling, something else came out, something else that attracted people. Maybe you ran out of selling. Maybe that tent ran out of selling and they have to go somewhere else. But when you get above, first thing is recognizing selling. And then if it gets above, people who are selling be like, what the hell's going on here? And then those people in the tent, they all actually get in line to buy ice cream. They're out of ice cream. So after you sell it, you're a buyer, so is everybody else. When you're a seller, you turn into a buyer. So when you get above selling, that makes this side of the equation potentially help participate. So it's just a higher probable qualifier. All right. That's it. Read order flow. And that was a win moment to take you out of this box that formed, if you were bullish, to take a shot to test what was the session highs. Now, this wasn't a 10-point winner, a 5-point winner, but it was less random that it ran up. It was less random that the subsequent rotations held it once, twice, 3 times before it started to go back lower. Why did these rotations hold it in here? And I'm going to clean this up. There's I just added a couple things that I'll clean up. But why did these rotations hold right in here? Because that's where it broke out right here. So the market comes back to where it held. And then at some point, you can't stay bullish. You can't stay long. This is not doing what you want it to do. So that'd be the highlight of today, meaning if you're bullish, a qualifier with order flow, to take a shot, to measure your risk, to have a target, and to be consistent. There are other moments throughout any day that you're going to be a little off. That doesn't mean you have a losing trade to every bad opinion. It certainly doesn't mean you have a big losing trade to every opinion. If you keep saying to yourself, there I go again, there I go again, well, then your trades and locations and ideas, 1, 2, or all 3 of those things are terrible. You can't always be taking heat. You got to be able to have some number ones. What does that mean? Number ones. Number ones, if you just criticize and analyze winning trades, that's it, just winning trades. And all of them are either 1s, 2s, or 3s. 3s are, yeah, it was a winner, but it was a real tough ball buster. Ended up being a winner. 1, yeah, went my way pretty quickly, no heat, got a profit without any heat. If you have a lot of 3s, you're in trouble because you might just be getting lucky. If you have a lot of 1s, you're trading well. You're picking locations that pay you pretty quickly. So add another dimension to your winning trades. For Edge members, Edge Elite members, you have a video for that walks you through how to score your winning trades 1, 2, or 3, because so many people out there think, winner's good, loser's bad. No, sometimes losers are good. And sometimes winners are bad. It's setting you up to get your ass kicked. It's just setting you up. The market's giving you a little bit more forgiving, letting you get away with your mistakes, and then wham, they clock you. Those are what adders do. Losers add to losers. So stay focused. And people that are going through these, make sure, check out this trading room, do the thumbs up, subscribe. That's what everybody says after they do a YouTube video, so I'm going to start saying it. I want 100 million subscribers. I said that yesterday. Someone had 100 million, second person to breach it. I want 1 billion subscribers. But either way, manage your risk before you take it, and make sure that if you're short, tell your wife not to wear heels.